They always hand plant, the machine's planting them, sometimes tear them, putting them in the ground, and he doesn't want to risk damaging them, so they hand plant them. And they're not replacement plants, they're for the open field we're riding through. He's trying to finish up the farm. Once they get out in the field at this height here, it takes 4 more years for them to be big enough to start harvesting.
Wow.
And remember, I said he's using 8 varieties, so no matter what number he brings in, there's an equal number of those mixed in there. Now, normally when you come in here at this time of the year, you would see nothing but about 5,000 to 7,000 brand new cuttings in there, little sticks with 3 leaves on them. We are behind in planting for the second year. These plants in here were supposed to be planted at the end of October, and they had carried them all outside, put them under the trees to get them acclimated to the climate. You always do that about 3 weeks before you plant them so you don't disturb the roots, but you just get them used to being outside. Well, the hurricane came, so we had to pull them back in, and so that's why they're still here, because we missed the opportunity to plant them. And same thing happened last year with the flood storm we had out here in October of the past year. But what they decided they needed to do, because they have to keep repotting them now because they're getting root bound, because they should be out in the field by now. They're going to plant them the 1st of March, and so they'll get them out in the field, and when that happens, then they'll bring in about 7,000 new cuttings. And the way they do that is they'll mix up potting soil and plant food and put them in the pots and set them on the table. Then they turn the sprinklers you see hanging down from the pipes on for 2 solid days, and they'll saturate the soil with a very slow, misty spray. Then they go out in the field and they cut 3 nodes down on the brown part of a stem. There are different color stems on plants. As they mature, they change colors, but the brown part's the ideal one for rooting. So with 3 leaves on it, you bring it in and cut the top of it off flat. The bottom gets cut on a sharp angle, dipped in some root tone and stuck in the pot. Cutting the top will force that stem to grow down and develop its root system. It can't get any taller. All the new growth comes off the side, off one of those 3 leaf nodes. The first 2 months they got watered every 25 minutes for 10 seconds, 1 row at a time. They figured out that's the ideal amount of water to get the roots going. Then they turn the water off and they starve them of water. And after that, the reason why they do that is after the water stops, those roots are going to dig deep looking for water, so you make them grow faster. They only get water maybe every 4 or 5 days after that. They come in and check tables, and if everything's dried out, then they water. Wintertime, they're going to put a thermometer probe in one of the pots, and they want the soil to stay above 70 degrees. If that changes, you see that black tubing on the tables there, everything's sitting on top of it. They'll run warm water through that, and that warms the soil from underneath. Air temperatures at 85 or less to your right, both exhaust fans are off, but if they can't keep up with the heat, the wall to your left cuts on automatically, and it's got a honeycomb-shaped texture to it. They drip cool water down the inside of it. The darker it gets, the more water's in there, and these 2 fans would vaporize it and bring it across the plants. They call them swamp coolers, and they use them in the Southwest as little houses down instead of air conditioners. If you have dry heat, it'll work because you got cool, moist air going through there. And they use them in barns for animals as well. The curtains are open. You see how they're all bunched together. First 2 months, they won't get direct sunlight from the ceiling. And after that, it's programmed up so many hours per week, so it gets adapted to more sun and more heat. And the last thing in there, you notice you're not seeing an aisle in there to take care of the plants. The aisle's over there by the tall plants.